and welcome to Pumpkin's nail station. I did start to film this, but my camera light stopped working and it needed to be charged a bit more. But anyway, I got this dip kit from Modelones to review. So I'm going on a safari tomorrow. I'm not going overseas, and it's like one of those little drive-through things, like West Midlands Safari Park. It's about 80 miles from my house or something like that. But yeah, my other half booked it so that we could go, and I've always wanted to go. Like, my mum was overwhelmed, like, because she knows how much I've wanted to do one of these. Like, in my life, it's just something I have wanted to do. I'm just pushing these in. Like, these go pop in the bottle, and they're just spare brushes with caps that you get for these, which I think is really cool. You actually get 3, but I think I've dropped one somewhere. So anyway, these are the colours. Ew, this nail's going to need re-top coating. It's okay. I'm just going to clean that off. I did this nail last night and then thought, you know what, I should be filming this, really. I'm just going to buff that and re-top coat it because it looks a bit skanky, because I've been doing dip nails on my mum today, so I've got bits of dip powder glue and stuff like that on there. But anyway, that colour is that colour, so bear that in mind. Like, it looks, to me it looked kind of like a plum colour, but it's not. It's like a deep red, but it's cool. I don't mind that. So we're just going to use a couple of the colours today. We're going to go for some nudes and reds. So we're going to go for the nude and the red, because we're going to be doing some cute animal print. So we're going to do this colour on that one and that one, and then the middle is going to kind of be like a mixture of nudes. So that's what we're going to be doing. Then we're going to be stamping a bit of animal print on, and maybe some animal print foil, something like that. Inside this kit you also get instructions on how to apply dip powder. So I'm just going to turn this down a touch so you can see it. I'll stick a picture up of this in case anybody is interested in seeing it, because it's got like a step-by-step guide on how to apply dip powder. Okay, so it's got all of that, and it comes in cute bags. Now, I like to use these bags for things like my nail forms and, you know, bits and pieces like that. So, and we're also going to be using the gel top coat to top everything off. Okay, so let's get into this. Let me just get my Modelones buffer. One sec. Okay, right, so we've got my Modelones file and buffer, and basically what we're going to do is just give these a little buffing. Okay, we're going to use the coarse side because we want it nice and rough. Okay, Max, I'm just going to wipe the dust off with this, which is just a cleanse wipe that I got in a starter kit, so I may as well use them, right? So I'm just going to wipe the dust off, get it off my fingers, and get ready for the... I'm just adding a primer on because it's a slippery surface with it being dip set, so I'm just going to add a bit of primer over the tips just to ensure that the glue sticks properly. Okay. I don't know if you've ever used dip powder before, but if not, we're going to go through all the steps. So you use step 1 with your powder, step 2 to activate, and then you give them a buff and a smooth, and then the step 3 would be the top coat, but we're going to skip that part and just add a gel top coat. I like to just tap away some of that, and we're going to start from like here and be careful around the sides, because obviously this powder will stick where this is, so if it's on the skin, it's not a big deal, you can scrape it off before you do the activation, but just try and be as neat as you can with this part, this stage. Okay, so you do that, and we're going to get this and a scoop. So we're just going to pick up a load of this and just pour it on. Just making sure you've hit everywhere and you've hit the sides as well. And you might just want to come around. And then basically just going to tap, 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 tap to get rid of it. Okay, so we've got that, and there's nothing seems to be out of place apart from this little piece here, which I'm just going to try and pull off. I'm going to make a mess up here. No, I'm not. Okay, so we've got that one.
Okay, so all I'm doing here is literally just repeating what I've just shown you at normal speed. So we're just applying the step 1 base, 3/4 of a nail, three quarters of the way up the nail, and then scooping the dip powder on. You can just dip your finger in if you're good at doing it that way, but I'm not, so I prefer to do it this way. But you can just dip the finger in at an angle or something like that, or you can do it this way. So I'm just going to let you watch it.
That bit off. I'm just going to dust them off a couple at a time. I'm going to leave those two on a little bit longer. And now we're going to come in and we're going to go up just a touch more. I'm just being real careful around these parts. Just making sure you cover everywhere. Okay, so that's good. You probably waste a lot more dip powder doing it the way that I do it, but I'm not the neatest, so I prefer to do it this way and it look relatively decent. I could just do that just to cover that bit up. Okay, so that's that.
Okay, so basically again we're just repeating what I've just shown you. We're going to apply the dip base step 1, like right up near the cuticle, but not touching it, just a little bit below it, and then scoop on or dip the dip powder, whichever way you want to do it, and you're just going to repeat this across all of the nails. Okay, and yeah, I'm just going to let you finish watching this.
Okay, right, so here we are. So I've dusted that off. I'm going to dust that M1 off in a minute. I'm just leaving it on a little bit more. And we're going to activate these. Okay, so this is step 2.
Before you apply the activator, if you do have a little bit on the skin or something like that, just get a cuticles pusher or orange wood stick and just scrape it all out, because once you put this activator on, it's going to be set and it's just going to be an extra filing. So you're going to do this on all of the nails, and I usually do 2 layers and then I leave it for 3 to 4 minutes. This one did activate quite well. It's quite fast. You'll know when it's ready anyway.
5 to 10 minutes, I think, because it is heavily pigmented. I will tell you if, you know, if it's less than that or more than that. I'll let you know. I'll be completely honest. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff this top coat off, because I want to top coat it, or maybe add some foils to it. Okie dokie, so we're here, and we're going to give this a try. Let's go in. That only took several minutes, well, a couple of minutes. It probably was almost done when I was talking to you guys, so that actually surprised me. Because the last time I used like an azure tip dip powder, it did take longer. Or maybe I was just being cautious. I'm not sure, I can't decide.
Really sorry, some of it is out of focus, but all I'm doing here is because the activator is buffed. It's activated, sorry. You know that when you hear like a little tapping sound, it's not like a thud thud thud, it sounds like a tap tap tap. So you'll know when it's ready, and you're just going to buff and file off any bits that may be on the free edge. Just tidy it all up, ready to be activated again before we do any top coat or nail art.
Okay, right, so we've buffed them, so this is what we've got, and we're going to just add another layer of the activate now they've been buffed. Okay, because it's now probably exposed dip powder, because I gave them a bit. Okay, so now we're going to use this. Okay, so here goes. So I'm going to do it thin, so I'm moving off quite a bit of this brush, and we're going to kind of come up like this. I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds and come back, and we're going to do one on camera and I'll do the rest off, and then we're also going to add some gold leaf to the first and pinky nails, and we're going to get some striping tape. Here goes.
Applying foil to all 3 of the middle nails, but I'm going to show you 2 of them on film. So basically I've cured the the foil glue, and then we're just going to apply the foil. So just sit and watch this part.
Right, so we're just going to add a few little bits of this over here.
Okay, so what I did here was I added some more of the foil glue onto the two dark nails, onto the thumb and the pinky. And we're just going to add some of this gold flake like foil kind of thing from Born Pretty Store, or you could use anything that you want to decorate it. So I just decided to do this. I did go straight over with a matte top coat, but in hindsight I probably should have put a no wipe and then a matte, but the foil didn't bleed or anything. It's just I found that the stones didn't stick as well as if I'd just done glossy and then gone over it matte again. But anyway, it did work and they are still on. Nothing's peeled off or anything yet.
Okay guys, so this is the finished nails. I have lost a stone when I was asleep, but I think I just didn't put enough of the builder base on there. And in hindsight I probably should have put a no wipe top coat on and then the matte. I just think it would have been better, but it hasn't come off, and I've actually had this on a few days, so it's been fine. So yeah, so that's it. And I actually forgot to film this. All I did was add on some gold striping tape and then top coat it. But you know, they did infill really well for tips. You can see my nails growing underneath. I'm trying to you know, not have to file my nails really short, so I'm actually really enjoying tips. I think the next video you'll see of these is where I file this off and we have a go at soaking them off in some acetone. And we'll use a hand file and we'll use an e-file on a couple of nails. So we're going to see how easy these soak off, and then after that we'll pop some more tips on, and maybe we'll try an extended nail bed with some polygel, and we'll just have some fun like that and see what happens when you layer it up. So yeah, so that is it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget I've got a 10% off code for Modelones. It's just Pumpkins S, so it's a capital P lowercase, so it's pumpkin with an S and then 10. And you'll have to use my affiliate links down below. So all the products that I've used today will be in the description box, the links that you have to use, and then you just put my code in at the checkout, and that is it. So that is if you want to buy these. If you don't, obviously that's cool, but I actually really enjoyed the new formula. Let me just go and grab it. I really enjoyed the new formula, like in these kits, a lot more than I did these old as yours with the same liquids. Like the activator took a while with this one, but it may have just been me being a bit more cautious. But with these, it seemed to activate within a couple of minutes, 2 to 3 minutes or something like that, and it was done. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. So that is it. That is the design done. I will do a full swatch up of these as a part 2, which will be up this week. So I'll just swatch those on tips or swatch sticks or something like that. And then in the coming weeks we may try some dip nail art or something like that on some more tips. We'll give it a go. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Hope you stay safe, everybody. Remember, if you're in the UK, you need to be wearing a mask when you go out. It's compulsory, but you know, stay safe, everybody. I actually bought some cute ones like these, and I bought another one with some flamingos on that's actually in the car. So I got those, so you can get some cute masks with filters and stuff like that nowadays. So yeah, just stay safe, everyone. And that is it. So I'm off. Bye.